Welcome everybody to another episode of Fair Football Podcast. I'm Brandon Freno. Joined by me is my co-host Christian Dyer and my other co-host, Nine Game Podcast himself, Deon. We're also get joined by some special guests. We got Melissa,
Hi.
we got Brian from 49er Media, and we got the host of 49er Media, and Shul. How we doing?
Dude,
Sup?
dude, it's Milk Dud, bro. What are you doing?
Stop it,
Milk
Lefty.
Dud. It's Milk Dud.
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm just kidding, man. Sure, dude. I couldn't help it.
Oh man! All right, so
I won't do it again.
tonight we're
Only
gonna.
Joey's allowed to do that.
Hey, so tonight we're gonna be previewing the 49ers versus Bears for Week 1. Let's get everybody's thought on the game going into Sunday, and we'll talk about the injury report too as well that came out today. So, Brian, let's go with you first. What are your thoughts going into this game? How you feeling, and what do you think about the injury report?
Yeah, very interesting. Daniel Brunskill and George Kittle. Daniel Brunskill for sure is out. George Kittle was unexpected for me because I heard he got injured in a Wednesday practice, which is mind-boggling because it's week 1 already. We don't need to go ahead and have 100% practices. Now it's ready to have the season opener. And, in all fairness, it is the Bears, and I think this is a game where we just pinch out our nerves and just go ahead and start with the regular season. It's a great matchup for us. I like us going into it.
We're favored by 6.5. Brandon, are you there?
You're muted, Brent.
You're muted, Brandon. There you go.
Media, you want to jump in? Got anything else to say on that one?
Yeah, so George Kittle, I'm a little shocked that he is questionable just because groin injuries are not a thing to, think that, it's just a groin injury. It can take some time, and Kittle hasn't practiced all week, and I know he's played before with not practicing all week, but I think that he shouldn't play this first week. I think that they should just take it safely and not play him this week. And then Daniel Brunskill, not really surprised because you don't want the hamstring to get worse or turn into something that's even way worse, and he misses even more games. So it's good that they're just going safe with the injury report, but definitely gonna be a hyped game to watch.
That's for sure. Izzy, let's get your thoughts.
I'm excited. I kind of wanted this ever since we drafted Trey and we found out that Fields was the Bears pick, and then we found out the Halloween game was the Bears week. And I was heartbroken that even when Kyle reamed out number 10 on the sidelines, we still didn't get it. So I'm excited. What I am concerned about, and this is a new worried, is that Deon's show told us that they have MetLife turf at Chicago now, and it's supposed to rain. So the two things together are scary enough, but the two combined, it's just I'm worried more so about the field and the weather conditions than I am about the Bears. But I am excited to see these running backs. I'm excited that Charlie Warner is back. I'm excited to see our linebackers and running backs and our receivers come out and play. So, and we get to see Mooney for the first time officially.
That's right. That's right. Finally. All right, Christian. Let's get your thoughts on your.
Well, I mean, I'm just excited to get a feel on how this team might look. We know there's a lot of talent on this team, but we have a lot going on to know. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. We have a lot of talent on this team, but we don't know how this team's going to look. To get together and how it's going to look with Lance and how Kyle's going to call it. So I'm hoping we get a chance to see what this offense is going to look like this year. So that's really just what I'm looking forward to. I think we got lucky that we got the Bears first, so we can maybe get away with making some mistakes here and there. But I'm also like, it's a new regimen over there at the Bears too, so we don't know what we're gonna get completely with them too. I mean, they could be a lot better than we think they are, other than the fact they have no offensive line. So like, Bosa's gonna have the same game that Von Miller just had. The best way to put it. But I'm just excited. I want to get it going. I want to see what's going to happen. I really want to see how Lance looks. I want to see if he can come in and be poised from the get-go, or if it's going to take him time to get comfortable, and we're going to see him sell some balls and have some bad throws to start, and maybe as like the game goes on, he'll start to settle down. I'm interested to kind of see how we come out. We come out flat. If Kyle comes out flat with his play calling, I'm very interested to just kind of see how it all starts out.
We also kind of remember that it's not all going to be on Trey though, or these offensive weapons. Like if the wins are really what they're going to say they're going to be, if it's really raining as hard as they're thinking that it's going to rain, it's not all going to be on the players.
That actually plays in our favor though.
No, I'm not saying that it's not going to help us, like because we're more pound the ground than they are. Yeah,
we're going to
run the ball. I'm just saying, like, for every miscatch, every drop pass, every a little off throw, whatever it is, just everyone keep it with a grain of salt and not freak out every 2 seconds saying everyone's a bust and that we're in for a hard year again.
You're preaching to the choir here. We've all been, I mean, you should see us in our chat. That's all we've been talking about all offseason. It's all the crazy dum-dums that are going to freak out when he makes a bad play or does this, and it's like...
Oh, you mean like all the fire Chris Forster shit that happened after the Texans game?
Yeah, like this needs to be like a straight-up, everybody needs to realize we got to go along with the ride this year. This is going to be a fucking roller coaster season because we have a young quarterback who has hardly any college starts, and he needs game reps to get better. So prepare and strap in for the freaking roller coaster ride that the season is going to be.
I don't think people are like prepared like the faithful, because I feel like people are over expecting like, oh, we're going to win 14 games. I don't see that. Like, you just have to be patient. Trey's going to have his ups and downs. You got to learn to be patient and not, still support him. That's all we can do.
But even if we win 14 games, that means that you still lose 3 games. So like every time there's a rough half or a rough drive or a rough loss, like you can't just call it in quits. Like why else are you calling yourself a faithful if you're not gonna stand the bad on top of the good?
But on the Jimmy thing, we'll be good because Deon's calling a hitman as we speak.
That's been in play. I hate to look, man. I'm gonna have Jimmy done like Tanya Harding did chick in the Olympics years ago.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Ray, you're gonna Ray Caruth it, bro.
I love that you asked Denise to go to California and just bitch slap.
Man, that's what we not about.
You asked her to bitch slap her bush in hand.
Freaking Deon's gonna Ray Caruth Jimmy's ass.
God.
Well, Brian, first time seeing you here. I didn't know we had another person here.
Yes. So this is Media's co-host.
Oh, okay. Cool. Another youngin'. What you about? 19? You look like a kid.
Hey, I'm 17.
But hey, he's got a good taste in music.
I gave you a couple years. He's a baby.
Got a good taste in music though, dude.
Pink
Floyd shirt.
Like,
hell yeah.
Anybody with a brain would choose Pink Floyd, although the greatest band of all time is Led Zeppelin. So.
Well, it's good to see you, Fernando.
I'll put Led Zeppelin up there, but it's hard for me not to say Pink
Joel,
Floyd.
what's up, Joel?
What they did with
what's going on, Joel?
Insane, Deon. Like, the Dark Side of the Moon is the greatest album ever created. Like, just it's like
it was really that was a fantastic album. That was.
All right, D. Here's my question to you.
What's up?
Are you worried about George Kittle not starting this weekend?
Not really. Not at all.
I'm with Deon.
It's just a simple situation, man. He got injured. He ain't gonna play. I mean, we've dealt with Kittle being in and out of the lineup over the years. This ain't nothing new. It ain't like we ain't played with him before.
And it's a real simple. It's a very simple solution to the problem that we face without Kittle. When you want to throw, put in Ross Dwelly. When you want to block, put in Charlie Warner. Problem solved. Because Charlie Warner is actually a pretty good blocker, and Ross Dwelly, to some extent, is a pretty good pass catcher.
And we got Croft too.
Yeah, and you have Tyler Croft. But I think they're only going to bring up 2 tight ends. I think Shanahan's probably going to go with 3 running backs at a minimum. Either 3 running backs or he'll do 2 and juice. But I doubt that Croft's going to be up, or active for this game. I think, honestly, when it comes to the 2 people that we're missing basically out of our starting lineup, since it seems like McGlinchey's going to go, the bigger impact would be Jimmy Ward. Ward covers our tight ends for the opposing team. And without him there, Cole Kmet would have a big day depending on who winds up covering him and what winds up happening. But as far as George, I'm not necessarily too worried about it. With this being a game with a really high probability of rain, then to me, I would say probably we're going to run the ball more often than not. And if we need that, Charlie Warner's just going to have to handle the workload and do what he does, man.
They called him Baby Kittle for a reason.
And plus, I mean, you got to think about it as well. Warner and Lance have a really good connection already. They spent a lot of time together, so that's not a big deal. So if you do have Warner in the game and you are throwing him the ball, I don't see a reason why he wouldn't be able to catch it. I mean, honestly, Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn are the guys that we really have to worry about on the defense. I know they love their defensive backs, but I just don't see them being able to handle Debo, Jennings, and anyone else. So we'll see what happens. I looked at the injury report, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, everybody pretty much was practicing, so it should be good.
Do we know if Phyllis Jones is on their questionable or out list?
Mm-hmm. I'll have to take a look, but I don't know.
I wonder with the weather if, we're not going to really get to see the connection with Lance and IU quite yet if the weather's really bad. Because it's going to slow down the run game. I'm really excited for the first time we really get to see the 2 of them.
Okay,
together.
Velus Jones is doubtful, and they have Dominic
I did see that.
defensive line for questionable.
No, he's out. I'm looking at their thing
out?
right now. It says here's what the finally report heading into Sunday's game. Velus Jones Jr. is out. Dominique Robinson, the defensive end, is questionable. And that's pretty much it. So, no Velus Jones. And that's tough for them because that's all I've been hearing is Velus Jones this, Velus Jones that. We got – oh, my God, it was so beautiful to watch the Rams get their ass handed to them last night. It was fantastic. Oh, did you see the Jalen Ramsey stats? They allowed 6 out of 7 and 2 touchdowns. He was
awesome. You see that he turned off his replies on Twitter?
Hey, to be fair,
he was probably getting added a million times. Like, where were you at? Did you show up to the game? Because you had The Rock come out and introduce you, and you motherfuckers came out there looking like Flex Gabbana.
Hey, to be fair to Ramsey,
they know who Flex Gabbana actually is.
To be fair to Ramsey, Allen threw one pass though that was literally the most fucking beautiful pass.
It don't matter. You Jalen Ramsey, you talk a lot of shit, and you know what I saw online?
You said you wanted all the smoke when you showed up at Jaguars camps in the Brink truck, and then you said that you were too good for the Jacksonville and needed to be traded, and then paid all that money. So like either put out like you're Darrelle Revis or shut the hell up.
Okay, the number one thing that I saw on Twitter was his comments when the Bills drafted Josh Allen. He said it was the worst pick they ever made, and he just cooked you last night. So you look real dumb right now for your comment.
How about Cam Akers last night? I mean, he was on point. Cam Akers was so good last night.
I think Henderson was looking a little bit better than Akers.
Leon, did you see Allen fucking Allen giving those pumps to Ramsey's face?
Deon and I still haven't forgotten Jalen's stupid ass comments about the 2017 season when he called us a shirt and hat game. and he gave all that smoke while they were going to the AFC playoffs that year. Like this is what Jalen Ramsey's been his whole entire career. Talks big and then disappears when it goes bad.
That's crazy though. Like you come
hold on.
in,
Can we talk about?
You get your rings, you get everything. Whose house? Rams house. Actually, it's Levi's house.
Deon.
Right? And then
Can we talk
Niners house?
Can we talk about how he would have lost the Rams the Super Bowl if Burrow would have just floated the ball down the field to Jamar at the last play? Because if he has like one more second to look up and see and throw it to Jamar, that's a touchdown and they win. Ramsey fucking fell
Who
down
has a
on
TV
that play.
on in the background?
Brandon.
I'm over at my uncle's house right now. That's why.
Oh, okay, all right. I was like, somebody got a TV on. All right, so Brian, how you feeling about these lamb chops getting their ass whooped?
It's always good to see our rivals, starting off on a bad foot. Especially, they faced a really good Bills team, which many people have going all the way to the Super Bowl, even winning it. And, I saw some things that the Rams need to work on. And I can't wait till we face them. They have bad offensive linemen. I'm confident that the 49ers are going to cook them up on the defensive line part. And Matt Stafford, man, he just doesn't look good. Like, his elbow just is not it anymore.
I don't know.
From all those years playing in Detroit.
I don't know if it was the elbow or.
I like Brian. Brian thinks very much. Me and him think a lot alike. Because I'll tell you right now, that was the first thing I thought at the end of that game. He threw. I mean, you gotta think about it. Matthew Stafford, with all due respect to him, every year was throwing for like 3,000 to 4,000 yards, consistently in Detroit. These are facts. People don't believe me. Look it up. Like, this dude was throwing the ball like crazy. So the Rams are getting basically what's left over. And you got the Super Bowl out of them. Now you extended him, and I don't know how much more you're going to get out of him because he does not. That cannon that he had when he first came out of Georgia is not a cannon no more. It's more like, a little dart gun. But
injury aside, we all were watching it together, so we all saw that pass behind him and out to the side, that is also Stafford, the part that never gets talked about. The guy that goes on Thanksgiving and he's beating the Packers, and then out of nowhere he does those stupid calls, or he tries to play hero ball, or pull out that big win that the Lions never get, and then he makes these bad decisions that end up losing games to them. They always talk about the good about Stafford, but the mental hiccups are still there. So we got to see that last night.
Sorry.
Man, how about them trying to copy us and see if they have a Devo with their own number 19 and put him in the backfield, man? You trying to really think you got your own Devo, bro? Come on.
I was gonna say I don't know if last night's game was Stafford's elbow though. It looked like just one of those games Stafford always has. Sometimes he just plays a shit game. Remember when we whooped their ass? When we whooped their ass, what was it, 28-3? What did we beat them? 28-3 or whatever the heck we kicked the shit out of them.
What, 28-10?
Yeah. Well, Stafford had that same kind of game. I don't know if it's his elbow because he threw some fucking dimes to Cooper Kupp last night. And I don't know if you have a bad elbow. I don't see you throwing those dimes the way he did. I just think he just had a shit game. And part of it is their offensive line sucks. He got sacked 7 fucking times. They have no run game. And they have one good receiver. So I just don't think they're as good as everybody thinks they are, is what it is. I wouldn't say it was Stafford's elbow. I just don't think they're as good as everybody thought they were going to be.
I think it's going to get rougher with the injuries they have on their offensive line now. So.
Oh, yeah, because they're at their third string center, and Brian Allen, their starting center, is out for 2 to 4 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 to 4 weeks is the one, 6 to 8 weeks is the other, and then the other one is a knee sprain they won't give a timeline for. So for their left tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listening to 957 the game this morning, and Bonte was pretty hyped up this morning for getting the Niners game on Sunday, and it's back. I'm gonna play it real quick for you guys.
I'm gonna miss you on the station. Wish we could have you for the whole season. Papa Chappie and them got me hyped up. So I just wanted to go ahead and get my pregame speech. Is that cool?
Give it to me.
All right, cool. Hey, Jimmy D, go ahead and give me my water real quick. Okay, cool. Let's go, fellas. Look, we want to go ahead and get into game mode this week. It's just another week for us, but apparently the Bears feel like this is their Super Bowl week. Darnell Mooney has been talking crazy. We need to go ahead and put him in his place. I need Nick Bosa to go ahead and show me that you are the most effective and electric defensive lineman in the NFC West. Aaron Donald only got 1 sack last night, so I'm going to need you to come out here and give me 5 sacks. Let's go ahead and rush these boys to the limit. Debo, I'm going to hand you the rock every single time. Trey, I'm going to need you to throw a deep bomb. We're about to go home with the W. Let's go Niners!
Niners! the best part of the speech. Hey, Jimmy, go give me my water real quick.
I'm going to miss you on the station. Wish we could have you.
That's really good.
That was amazing.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Dude, I think
hilarious.
Bosa's gonna have MVP freaking season this year because, like, he keeps getting like last season he should have got comeback player of the year. He didn't even get a vote.
He didn't get a vote for either.
He doesn't get love.
Defensive player of the year or comeback player of the year, which is pathetic.
When they talk about it, they act like he's pretty good, but then they don't give him like the respect he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
Like even on the fucking Pat McAfee show when they talk about the Niners and Bosa, nobody gives him the fucking respect. Like fucking AJ Hawk's a fellow fucking Buckeye and they don't give fucking Bosa gets no respect in the league that he deserves, and I just have a feeling because of that, he knows, and I'm pretty sure his dad's making that known to him all the time. I think he's gonna fucking be a man possessed this season. I could be wrong, but I feel like all the shit that he doesn't get, like they don't give him the respect he deserves, he's gonna be a fucking monster this year.
Bro, and they even call him like Joey Bosa, man. They can't even respect that.
Dude, he gets no respect.
It's crazy with Nick Bosa because he had 9.5 sacks in the regular season his rookie year. He had 15.5 sacks during the regular season in his other healthy year, which was last year. He's leading right now in 8 sacks in 6 games in the playoffs, which is like unheard of. And yet he's always left off the list for Myles Garrett and TJ Watt, and even JJ Watt was getting more respect for the Cardinals last year than Nick Bosa was. Like, it's crazy to me that this guy is choke held all the time, doesn't get calls barely ever, plays well, helps his young offensive lineman this year, helps his defensive players, and people are now questioning that he shouldn't even be a captain by his own fan base. Like, it's crazy the disrespect he gets.
Yeah. Who are the captains anyway? I didn't even pay attention because
Jimmy Ward,
Armstead, Bosa, Ward, Warner, Williams, and Kittle. 6.
Okay.
4 on D and 2 on offense.
And the whole see. So
I don't think
Kyle said something earlier in an interview, and Dave Lombardi posted this tweet, and he basically said it sounds like, there are a bunch of fans because people are saying that we don't trust Lance because we didn't make him a captain.
Who the fuck cares about captains?
But here's the thing. This is just my take on that. So Kyle said it sounds, they don't know what's going on inside the building, but it sounds like a fan. Well, here's the thing, Kyle. You're the reason that people are saying that. This is your fault. Why? Because you brought 10 back.
Yep.
You brought them back, and you can thank yourself, Kyle, and Parag, and everybody in the front office for putting Lance in this uncomfortable situation. He basically got up on the podium and said what he said. He said, you know what? I have to, I got to let you know, I can't call any of these guys bozos. They've done it. So Lance answered the question respectfully and the way you're supposed to. Mm-hmm. So somebody explained to me why this 22-year-old kid is answering stupid questions due to the head coach bringing back someone and creating the controversy. Like, you have to take accountability for your actions and understand and know, what's up, Mariah? And understand and know that you were the one who caused this. If you didn't bring him back, then everybody would have felt like, hey, you got faith in him. Nobody could paint a narrative. The media wouldn't have anything to run with. Fans wouldn't be divided on the team as far as who they want to start. If you just would have moved forward the way you should have and let him go altogether. But instead, you guys got stingy because what you want is you want a high draft pick and you're banking on another quarterback getting injured and you backing someone into a corner and asking for more than what 10 is worth. So don't sit up here and act like, oh, they don't know what's going on, because everybody knows what's going on. At the end of the day, you had to come out and basically state that I've already told the team it's Lance's team. Along with that, I've already had to make sure that, they say, hey, we're behind him 120%. If he screws up, we're not taking him out. We're going to let him flounder. He's got to, take his lumps. So it doesn't make sense to me how you're going to say, well, he's got to take his lumps. But then you got George Kittle over here jumping on the Richard Sherman show, dick riding 10 again. And that doesn't make sense to me. And I don't like that. Like, that's the problem with him being here. The attention is misplaced. So instead of you saying it sounds like a fan, look within yourself and say, I created this narrative. Let me just shut this down automatically. Hey, Jimmy's a backup. Trey's a starter. No matter what the media or anyone says, we have full belief in Trey. We're not pulling him. Doesn't matter how bad the season gets. I don't care what any of you say. This is his team. We will ride with him. We will die with him. If you say something to that effect, you'll shut up everybody in the media. But if you keep, it just sounds like a fan. It's nothing. If you keep doing that, then you continue to allow everyone to peddle this narrative that you don't trust him. Because Skip, Skip and Shannon, Shannon, Kyle, he don't trust Trey Lance. That's why Jimmy did. Because, he can't trust Trey Lance. If he tell you he trusts Trey Lance, that bull jive right there. Like, what are we talking about?
We got to get you to make some videos making fun of Shannon and then tag him in it, because you do so good.
I'm not praying, Fernando. I'm just trying to keep my temper in check right now.
Yeah. Honestly, I understand it's a situation at the end of the day. We're going to have to understand the ups and downs, the ins and outs that are going to happen in the season. We're all ready for it. We all understand it. And you can't back out on the kid. Yep. It's just simple. You know what I'm saying? Ty, let me address this real quick, Christian.
All right. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
It took too long for him to say it. I'll say that. That'll be my rebuttal to what you're stating. It took too long. Because all off season, do you know that he didn't name Trey Lance the official starter until like a week before the preseason ended? I take that back. Like a week before preseason actually kicked off. He wouldn't even say he was the starter because he was too busy trying to prop up 10 as if you were going to get a first round pick for it, dude. It's not worth it. Think about that. Why are you waiting that long? You know what you're doing. You know what you were trying to do. So what's the significance of holding it out? You're not. Everybody's going to continue to tell me, well, they were trying to get a better draft pick. You can't. There are people out there. I'm going to tell you right now. I give you a prime example, and he's not on this guy's level. I'm not saying he is, but I'll give you an example. If Aaron Rodgers had offseason shoulder surgery, I guarantee you there'd still be a million teams out there running to go pick him up and giving you whatever they could to go get him. You know why? Because he's Aaron fucking Rodgers. Even though he ain't won a Super Bowl in God knows how long, you would still take him because you know what he brings to the table. Everybody knows that 10 is an oft-injured quarterback who gives you just enough, but never finishes the game. So don't sit up there and act like that's not the case. But I'm just saying that's my reasoning why I feel like he needs to take a little more responsibility and shut the media down and tell people straight out. I told you this is Lance's team. There is nothing different about it. So all of the extra stuff y'all talking about, knock it off. If you say that definitively in one of your interviews, you know what the media has nothing to do? They can only try to peddle that narrative, but everybody will look and say, my head coach said that's bullshit, so I don't care. But go ahead, Christian.
I was just gonna say, I mean, with me, I just don't even give a shit or listen to any of this fucking hoopla nonsense. All the fucking crazy shit that they're always talking about with Lance and now the captain shit. I don't even pay attention to it. I'm just waiting for the fucking games to start, and then I'm gonna make my decision on how I feel about Lance when I watch him fucking play football. That's all that should fucking matter in the first place. Let's fucking speculate on this. Let's fucking speculate on it. Motherfuckers, we have barely watched him fucking play football. How about we shut the fuck up, we watch fucking the kid play football, and then we make some fucking decisions. That's what I fucking hate about fucking
there he
sports. That's what I fucking can't stand
Thank
about
you,
sports.
Christian.
I don't fucking care what you have to say when you haven't seen the kid play yet. Shut the fuck up. Watch him play the first 5 to 6 fucking
Exactly.
games of the season, and then you tell me
Exactly.
what the fuck he's doing,
All right.
what the fuck the Niners
So-
are doing. You know what I mean?
so-
It's like, fuck. Who cares about all this shit?
Just roll fast. We're gonna take a quick break so I could do this promo real quick.
Okay.
Our boy Zach is gonna explain what to do with our new sponsor, MyBookie.
What's going on, guys? Zach Hernandez here from 49ers Hive. And as the Bills and the Rams prepare to kick off the NFL regular season this Thursday evening, now is the time to prepare for your winning season at MyBookie. Whether you're a veteran bettor or a first-timer, MyBookie gets the most of your money with a double deposit bonus. You might be asking, Zach, what's a double deposit bonus? How do I take advantage of this? It's very simple. All you got to do to claim your double deposit bonus is register today at mybookie.ag, sign up, and use promo code HIVE, as in 49ers Hive, HIVE. This is designed to add more excitement to the game and sports we all love. Bet on team win totals, predict the Super Bowl winner, 49ers, or use the MyBookie prop builder and secure the bag. One thing is for sure, guys, your winning season begins today, exclusively at MyBookie, mybookie.ag, promo code HIVE, HIVE. Let's win some money, guys.
All right, thank you, Zach.
Fucking Zach's so good at that. I couldn't do that.
Right, and that's why I'm just having him do it on our show, just like Deon did on his.
It's just easier, man. He's got a voice for radio, so it works a lot better. But
Yeah, he does.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does.
Hi, Joey.
right? Yeah, Zach's over here splitting himself. You know,
Oh,
he's
my
here,
God.
he's there, he's everywhere. But back to this game that we got coming versus the Bears. That's what we need to be focused
What's up,
on.
Beto?
Not the bullshit that is out there.
Yeah. So,
If you're doing that, okay. So Ty, if you're looking to figure out who to bet on, and you want to ask Zach, you'll have to head over to the Red and Gold Center podcast or the 49ers High podcast, and you can definitely drop that question, and he'll give you anything. You know
He's
what I'm
pretty
saying?
good
But
at it.
yeah,
He
he's
is.
pretty good at that. I am not a gambler by any stretch of the imagination, so I don't want to tell you anything because you come back to me pissed off because you've been and lost all your money.
Dude,
So I don't.
You can also hit up Zach on his DMs on Twitter at
it's Zach Hernan.
ZACHERNAN.
Yeah.
I feel you, Rick. I feel you. That's why I said let's get back to the Bears. We ain't got to worry about talking about these other cats, man.
All right, so let me ask you the next question. I'm gonna each ask.
Those are
I'm gonna ask-
facts right there. Yeah, passing on to everybody. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. All right, so anyway, so I'm gonna ask you this, Deon. We're gonna start with you. Who do you think is gonna stand out in Sunday's game?
Are you talking offense or defense or just in general?
Just in general.
In general,
Mm-hmm.
with it being a rainy game, I think it's going to be a run game.
Okay.
Honestly, I think it's going to be a good mixture of Elijah Mitchell, TDP, and Jordan Mason, and I believe those three dudes
Trey
will
Lance.
get a little bit of the workload, and possibly Lance as well. He's got to get outside the pocket. If it really is raining, I mean, turf doesn't
Well,
get as messed up and screwed up as grass actually does, but
if it's wet and slippery and it's that
If it's wet and slippery,
godforsaken
it's-
MetLife turf, that is something to be concerned about.
But
Well, I think we're gonna-
I'll say the run game. But Christian, you up next anyway, so go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think we're going to see a lot of design runs with Lance. That's why I said Lance, too, because I think he's going to be very involved in the run game, especially to start the season. I think Kyle's going to dial it. I think Kyle's planning on running a shit ton, and he's going to be very much involved. So, especially with the raining, I think we're going to see H back, and I think there's going to be a lot of design runs with Lance. I think, which that's what I hate about the rain for the first game, because I feel like we don't really get to see the full game plan, because rain changes fucking everything. So the bad weather kind of fucking pisses me off, because now I got to wait another week to see really where we're going to be with this offense.
Yeah. I agree.
Media?
Izzy? Or media? Yeah,
Oh,
cool.
no, Izzy? Okay, we'll go Izzy.
Either or, it doesn't matter.
They can go first. I'm good
You
going
go ahead.
last.
It's all good. Go ahead.
All right. I'm looking forward to the defense actually the most. I mean, we've really changed everything up this year. I know we have a lot of the same main starters, but we haven't really seen the linebackers play at all. We haven't seen this defensive line play. We haven't seen this defensive back group. So I'm hoping, and I know it's kind of like bad voodoo to do this, but I'm kind of hoping we get like a divisional round Vikings game where like you get to see one by one, like everybody on the defense line that's a starter get a big sack. And I really want to see this defense just shut people up about how they're not like top 5 or they're not an elite defense, because D'Amico Ryans has been through the ringer with the fans going up and down. Fire D'Amico, bring back Sala. So, and if it's a big rainy game, I really think it's going to be like the football team game where the defense just keeps everything under control. So I cannot wait for the defense.
Yeah, I think the defensive line is going to have a great day. I think we need to set the tone early. You need to punch them in the mouth. You heard this offense talk really bad on this, I say top 5 defense. And, outside of the defensive line, we have 3 really good linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 2 support anchors on the outside. And our new addition, Ward. And, we've been having E-Man. And honestly, I think if there's, some type of pass involving the Bears, Nick Bosa could have 5+ sacks this game, realistically. I know he's a dog, and he can do it. I know he can, and I expect him to.
Yeah, for me, actually, I'm going with special teams just because, like, the Niners special teams was so bad, except, the Packers game last year in the playoffs. But just because I'm curious, what it looks like, excuse me, because, we got so many new guys like Oren Burks, Odom, Ray McLeod. So to me, I'm excited to see what the special teams looks like.
Okay.
I feel it. For myself, I'm going to go with the defense. I'm excited on the addition that we have in the backfield for sure. And I think we could be like top 5 in interceptions this year.
Plus, they're actually still keeping track of that, which is really awesome. That's like a big thing that they're pushing.
I just wanted to say, because I kind of was just going off what Deon was saying. I didn't really say what I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to actually seeing. I am actually looking forward to seeing the defensive line, because, like, I want to see if we can lead the league in sacks, because our D line might be right up there with how good the Bills D line looked last night. So I'm pretty excited.
I really think that Amenahill is silently going to kind of steal away the defensive line right now.
I'm excited. I was excited for it last year, and I felt let down at times. So I'm hoping this year is going to be like what I was expecting last year.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I'm going to be like crossing my fingers every single game underneath the computer, if that's how I'm watching it, hoping for another Kinlaw pick 6, because that was just like one of my favorite memories ever from 2020.
The big man with the pick 6.
So bad again.
We need Bosa to get his pick 6, man.
Bosa is a big one in the Panthers game, and I honestly, especially that Baker is the quarterback for the Panthers, I think that's going to happen again. It's just he ran out of juice during that run, so he got tackled. But Bosa can jump, like no joke.
Have you seen those legs? It's like a kangaroo.
Bro, those legs got so bulky.
That has to be one of the funniest things ever.
Dude.
Kyle Allen trying to rush after Bosa and trying to tackle him.
Hey, speaking of Womack, Deon, can we hear that song real quick?
Dude, if Womack gets an interception, week 1, Deon's gonna be fucking going off.
I will. I will gladly sing the song as soon as Womack gets that interception. I will not play no games. I made it. made a play off of that, man, and it's gonna happen. You know, if he does, believe me, I'll be singing it.
We'll be having the game on freaking playback. So as soon as the
true,
pick
Bash.
happens, we're just gonna full screen Deon.
Yep. Yeah, basically. Which,
Look, you know
I love that, and I
Okay.
love the thing about
Hey,
being one.
Ty, you got to get at me, bro. I like that. I like that. He's the coldest number 2. He's the coldest number 27 in Madden, baby. I love it. And he the beauty is he owns it, man. And he's so funny with it. He's always so good about it. I can respect Tabor Pepper being the long snapper and knowing, hey, my rating ain't gonna be high, but I can give a shit. You know, I'm embracing and run with it. I actually like that, man. I think our DBs are gonna have a really good time this game. I do anticipate probably several fumbles forced just due to the ball being slippery, and plus we're playing on turf, so you may
Plus,
fall.
Warner is like the peanut punch
You leave your
king.
arm out too far. You don't carry the ball the right way. It's a situation, man. So there we go.
Throwback. No. Throwback.
What are you saying? Get Joey on here. Get Joey on here with that milk dub. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, milk good.
Stop it.
Damn.
Send Joey a thing real quick.
What do you say? I will be posting your videos as they come out every day. God bless.
I'm so done. Where the heck is? Okay. So, anyways, so we got that question down. Let's talk about the power rankings real quick. I saw the Niners came out to number 3. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, let's go on the bottom first. We'll start. Go, Melissa, and then we'll just come back around. Guess we can do that.
Honestly, I think like all things that are national media right now, it's a joke. So, c'est la vie. Let them think what they want to think. I mean, we're all Niner fans. Whether we were ranked 32 or 1, we would all still be rooting for our team, hoping for a Super Bowl, whether we thought it was feasible or not. So it doesn't really matter if they think we're 3 or 13 or whatever. So
Okay.
I don't even know what power rankings you're talking about. It could be CBS,
I think it's
NFL Network.
ESPN power rankings. They
Doesn't
mentioned
even matter.
It's the
or
NFL.
NFL, one of them.
Yeah.
Wait, they said top 3 and they said 3 on our
Power
division or
No, in
three
the
of all.
NFL.
oh okay. As a Niners fan, you'd want to believe you do have that type of roster, and I think we do. I think there's some teams that are maybe ahead of us, but I know we have a really good damn coach who could set us up to be top 3.
All right, my little milk dud. Let's hear you.
Stop it. All right. I'm gonna
Make it turn off his
I'm
camera.
gonna be the opposite. I'm gonna be the opposite, and I'm gonna say I don't like it because I like when the league sleeps on us.
That we're underdogs.
I can respect
Yeah,
that.
I like when we're the underdogs and the league end up sleeping on us.
Appreciate it. Christian.
Oh,
Christian.
well, I mean, I would say, I guess it's a
I hear
little,
echo.
it's a little surprising, but I think it's a testament to how good of a coach Kyle Shanahan is and how talented this fucking team is, because the fact that our biggest weakness is a quarterback who's got all kinds of upside and crap, he's super talented. I mean, if they're putting us at 3, they obviously think that, that Lance is going to be even at Jimmy's level, if not a little bit better, because, I mean, we got a Super Bowl roster. So you're putting us at number 3. That means they must not think Lance is too bad. So
Or maybe they're just making up for the crappy ass shit they've been saying all off season.
No, it's just the one guy that does it. His name's freaking Dan something. Yeah,
Orlowski?
McAfee. No, Dan Zeus or something. Pat McAfee had him on his show. They were talking about the rankings, and a lot of people are surprised he put the Niners there, but he seems to to fully back the fact that he put the Niners number 3 because of Shanahan and how our Super Bowl roster, and then he seems to think Lance is going to do pretty well. So I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm surprised. I would have never thought they did that, but we also are coming off an NFC Championship game that we should have won, and the only thing we're changing, biggest thing we're changing, is quarterback, and this quarterback has a lot more talent than the other one.
Fernando, I think that he is supposed to be as healthy as he's going to be,
good.
but
He's good to go.
we just
They said
don't
today.
know what he's going to be like until he's actually on the field, whether it's in
We're
whether or
hoping-
not. Like, that's the kind of imagery where you really have to test it on the game day to see how it is when guys aren't trying to be careful with them.
Yeah, hopefully things work out and McGlinchey is there. As far as for me, when it comes to the power rankings, I'm actually surprised that we got number 3 due to the fact that we literally have a brand new interior offensive line. And, I like to call them the triple Bs, Banks, Brindle, and Burford, but that's a lot for y'all to, a lot for people to take in. You've got a brand new interior offensive line, and with Kyle in his zone run scheme, those guys have to be athletic. They've got to move. They've got to do certain things. And yes, Burford has looked good all off season and everything like that. And Banks has been coming along. But the main issue is the fact that we don't know how that line is going to gel. And that's going to take a couple weeks. Yes, we're going up against the Bears, but Robert Quinn's nothing to sneeze at, and so is, Roquan Smith. Those are some pretty good guys. So are we going to luck out possibly by hopefully this being a little bit more of a layup for our offensive line to start gelling? Yes, but we haven't had that offensive line become cohesive all offseason because we've been rotating offensive linemen in and out of the lineup consistently to see what we have, and that's not fair to Trey Lance. So that's why I never passed any real judgment because he wasn't really playing with the starters. So at the end of the day,
Can I add something off that real quick?
I'm about to finish my point.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say at the end of the day, it's a blessing to be number 3, even with the way the line looks. So I'll take it. I'm just a little surprised. But go ahead.
All right, what I was gonna say was last year we had 3 All-Pros. Like, we've all heard the stuff from fans on podcasts or wherever, saying that it's not fair that we gave 3 All-Pros to 10 and we didn't give that to Trey. But at the same time, if you remember at the beginning of last year, they were literally stepping on each other's feet because they had no time to gel or any time to get used to how each of them handles a certain situation. So if we're gonna be patient with Trey, if we're gonna be patient with this team to get where we want to go, we have to stop this whole mentality of let's go get whatever washed up, broken down, hasn't been grabbed up because there's a million injuries around the league guy. And we have to have some kind of patience with these offensive linemen and just all these young guys. So it's going to be rough. None of us are disputing that. It's just, I have faith. I mean, what I'm really concerned about on our O-line is our right tackle. It's not the new inside guy. So I just want everyone to kind of remember, last year wasn't perfect either. So please don't rip these guys if they struggle a little bit.
It's our biggest weakness, but we expect it. So
Yeah.
if you're already expecting the worst and it's a little bit better, not so bad.
Christian being half full glass. I'm loving that. A little optimistic.
All right, y'all. I'm
hoping.
Good night, man. I got a headache that is destroying me right now. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Or should I say Sunday? Everybody have a good night. We'll get this W.
All right.
We'll be
Drink lots of water, dude.
Drink some water. You're probably dehydrated.
Oh, nah, man. I drink enough water, man. I ain't like you over there with Mr. I got the gallon bottle.
You get jug and
I
shit.
changed. I got this now.
Oh, he switched. All right, y'all.
The bottle's too flimsy. I got a new one and it cracked.
Oh, crap. All right, man.
Val says everybody counting out the Bears, but to me in the NFL, nothing is guaranteed.
But I was saying that earlier in the show, we or maybe before we started the show, I don't remember. But when we were talking, I was saying well, you never know. They could be pretty good. But at the same time, they have no offensive line, so even
and
if
no weapons,
good at times. Well, Mooney and Komet, or
Am I the
weapons.
only one who really wants to see Pettis just like pile drive into the ground over and over and over again?
I don't really care about that stuff.
Like, I don't really care about him, but it's just all the talk and smoke and all that stuff we had to deal with after the he went to the Giants and everybody was all, oh, we shouldn't have let him go. Look at him get touchdowns again. It's just like, and all the talk these guys do after they leave the Niners, it's just. I really want to see him own.
We just never should have drafted him because do you know what he did at Washington? He wasn't that great of a receiver. He was a good returner. he was one of the best punt returners to ever play in the Pac-12. But that's it. He's a punt returner, and then he was a receiver. But mostly what he did at the University of Washington was return punts, and he was good at it. And then we expected him to be some great slot receiver.
Everybody give their answer to Joey.
My score prediction right now, because of the rain, is 21-9. So I don't bet, and I'm not going to give you an answer, but that's just my score prediction.
With the rain, Joey, I'd take the under.
So I was watching Game Day today on NFL Network, and they said they're taking the over.
I would take the Bears. I would honestly take the Bears at the under because I wouldn't be surprised the Niners win, but they don't cover the spread because of the weather and a young quarterback. That's just me, but I don't know. I don't bet, so I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither. Brian?
Also, we might start off slow, so I don't think it's gonna be like a typically high-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially with the rain kicking in, it's definitely gonna be run heavy. I would say the under.
Yeah, I'm taking the under too, and actually something that I don't remember what it was on, but I know Trey Lance has played like a lot of snow games compared to rain games. Like
that's true. Yeah,
it's still like new even for him to be playing rain games. So I think it's gonna be a pretty low scoring game.
All right. Okay.
I just hope whoever we have at running back holds the ball really tightly in their arms and doesn't give them easy opportunities for punch outs.
All right. Well, since we're talking about predictions, and Izzy, we already got yours. Let's get everybody's predictions. Go ahead, Christian.
I'll say 17-13 Niners.
Okay.
I'm going 17-14 Niners.
Okay, Brian.
I'm gonna go 24-10 49ers.
Okay. I'm gonna go 28-14 Niners. I think Trey throws 3 touchdowns.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I know. But we're gonna
Personally,
end it
I
here.
would love for one of those touchdowns to be for the defense, but that's just
I'll double down with you and I'll say Bosa gets 3 sacks.
Oh, there you go. All right, throwback says 26-17.
Well, Melissa, what do you got? Would you say
21-9?
Okay.
I don't think that they have enough weapons for long drives to be sustainable, and I don't think that they're gonna be able to really capitalize with the protections and the weather conditions and everything. So I really think they're just gonna settle for field goals, or they're gonna have like that one lucky touchdown where they get an extra 2-point conversion, something like in the Packers game, where it's just is their only really good thing because of penalties that gets them in the red zone. So I'm not sniffing at their defense because I know their defense is legitimate. I just don't buy their offense at all.
I feel it.
I can see where you're going with that, but their quarter Fields is still a fucking he's still a dog. Like, dude,
but this is also a new regime. It's rainy. It's week 1. Like, do you really think that they're gonna risk everything for him running a bunch of plays week 1 against the Niners? That's the dominant defense, and put him out there at risk where they're legitimately allowed to hit the hell out of him? Like,
oh, I know. I just
like
he can make some
we all know
insane throws
he's
even on
a
the run,
bad runner, and he has an arm. We're not disputing that. It's just I don't think that these guys want to be like the Giants, where they're begging for some kind of quarterback to even stay healthy. Like,
yeah.
So Yeah, I think there might be a few runs, but I don't think with the weather and it being a new regime and they didn't pick Fields that they're going to put him at risk for that to be the main option.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see because I think he's going to be under attack all day with that defensive line. So we'll see.
Hey,
Yo,
I mean,
I
Fields
really
last
think
year.
that Kinlaw is going to just be picturing Grant Cohen's face on every single person on offense and going after whoever.
He's gonna water boy it all season.
Yes. yes.
All right, y'all. We're gonna end it here, but before we do, we are going to be showing the game on Get Playback. So if you guys haven't yet, go ahead and go over and let me see, where the heck did I put this?
So are you joining us on that one?
Yes, sir. I was there yesterday.
Sweet.
The link is pinned
one
to our
quick thing
chat.
about the playback.
Go ahead.
If you have Optimum or you have one of those like actual cable providers, you have to be careful because what screwed me up last night was I kept typing in my full email address and my password because that's how you usually log in for like HBO Max and everything else. They want like the full thing. For playback, they just want the username and the password, so you don't have to type out the whole email. So you have to. If it gives you like that error issue where they can't authenticize you or I'm screwing up words because it's late. So you gotta try both ways to see what it is for you that they want.
So basically, if you guys haven't yet, go over to getplayback.com/room/Forever Faithful Podcast, and we'll be showing the 49er game Sunday morning.
I wish it was
dude. I know we're just
Yeah.
ready. We're fucking ready,
Right.
but hey, let's
We're
not
ready.
skip. Let's not skip a day on the weekend, okay? This was
Yeah,
a fucking
seriously.
long ass week, okay? I need this weekend.
Same, bro.
So Val asked, "What's playback?" It's basically a new program that these people came out with to where content creators could get on there and they could watch the game with their fans that watch their their YouTube channel or whatever, and just have a great time watching the game together. So we tried it out yesterday with the Bills and Rams game. It was pretty fun. So like I said, go over to getplayback.com/room/Forever Faithful Podcast. You do have to log into your TV provider, so make sure you do that. Like Izzy said, just put in your half of your email. You don't have to put at whatever email it is, just your username.
Yeah.
And then we'll be watching it, and we'll be on talking and just having a good old time.
And it's great
back.
for people who are like me and Christian who are out of the area because having to fight Dufu and hoping to God some jackass doesn't report the link or like it and then it gets picked up by the trolls that monitor that stuff. Like you're like begging to get at least even like 15 minutes out of like 45 minutes of football. So like
I was gonna try to buy NFL Sunday ticket if I had to, and I don't want to. So but hopefully the NFL is gonna get that back, so it'll be easier.
So, like Beto said,
I'm like
it's
curious.
on Sunday,
You're gonna be
not
like
tomorrow.
at 10 a.m. in the morning to watch this game.
I'll be ready
I
to go. I
love
have my
10
Trey Lance
a.m.
jersey
games.
on. Trey Lance.
I'm gonna have my Debo jersey.
Yeah, I might wear my Debo jersey too. I don't know. Maybe
for me, I had to use my Optimum account, so I wrote in my username and I had to cut off the @optonline.net thing to finally get it to work.
Yeah, so Val, it's your whatever cable company you have, basically. So, like for me, I have a DirecTV, but I also have YouTube TV, so I just use my YouTube TV.
Yeah, it gives you the option for like if you have the Peacock thing, if you have YouTube TV, or if you have Hulu, or they had like a bunch of different options, not just actual cable providers for those who don't have actual cable.
I think with NFL Plus and them starting their own stuff, I think eventually we're going to get a better opportunity to watch our team, no matter where we're at. So,
hey, Beto,
you do know I love being in New Jersey. I kid you not, and I love the East Coast, but you do not want to be on this coast right now. It's just freaking
thanks,
too
Rick.
humid.
Appreciate it.
Way too humid. You're
go.
gonna want to stay on that West Coast.
You step outside and it's swamp ass in 5 seconds, or what?
I mean, it's hot here in Arizona.
That would be
in
me.
California, it's hot.
Christian, I swear you're gonna release the jersey of me one day, and you're just gonna be like appalled at the things coming out of my mouth.
Dude, I get fucking swamp ass so bad. fucking in dry heat. If
All
I
right, we
fucking
don't need
lived
to hear
in the
about that, okay?
if I lived
Damn.
in the East
We-
We're
Coast,
not
I would
both
die.
Bear fans. We're not going to be
would-
talking about Brady whining about
I
his
would
center
fucking
has
melt.
to use more
I
stuff
would-
on his
I would die in that
Joey,
humidity. I'm
under
telling you.
region
lying,
so that way
man.
he doesn't have a sweaty ass.
Pterodon, what's going on, my brother?
I'm just trying to make everybody laugh, you know.
Dude,
But
you always
anyways,
make me
so-
laugh. I told you, I love my Hive family. That's why I'm wearing my Hive shirt, my Hive hoodie right now. So
That's
So,
cool.
yeah. So if you guys haven't yet, go ahead and join that. If you guys haven't yet already, go over to our TikTok page for our Faithful Podcast, Instagram.com for our Faithful Podcast, Twitter FFPod49, Twitch.tv for our Faithful Podcast. And on here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
and tag
please.
Lefty all the time now, so that way he has a reason to actually pay attention to Twitter.
Yeah.
I still don't pay
Go over-
attention to it. I'm just like, oh, notifications. Okay.
Do not post anything like we did last time.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He
I know,
keeps
right?
asking for them
post-
to do it.
you
I'm
all
sorry, like
posted-
they were
they
probably
all
gonna
posted,
forget,
like, the stuff
and
we
then
had
you
milk
just
done.
had to bring it back up again.
All right. So
Just watch
for
Joey. He's the
whoever's-
one that'll get you.
I know it's gonna be Fernando if anyone starts that, or Dion.
Whoever's watching over on Niner Gang Podcast or media as well, guys, go ahead and go over to Forever Faithful Podcast, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Trying to grow here, trying to at least hit 500K, and we'll do a giveaway. But other than that, media, Brian, Izzy, Christian, let everybody know where they can find you.
Alrighty, you guys can go find myself on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at 49er Media, and Brian will tell you where our podcast is.
Yeah, so we have YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. First Take Niners podcast, and yeah, we just post mainly on YouTube and Twitch. Hardly on Instagram though.
Tag is right there for everyone to see. It's NJ49IZZY. I am mostly in chats, and every Monday 6 p.m. your time. Yeah, 6 p.m. your time. I'm on CJ Ruthless show called the Round Check with Dion and a few other guys that are really cool. And thank you, Being Christian, for having me on again.
Always.
No problem. Beto says he's going live at 8:15. If anybody wants to join, he'll send the link in your DMs.
I'll probably DM him.
Alrighty,
come
yeah,
on.
Niners sickness. I'm down, man. I'll
come
do
on.
it.
Yeah, and then cool. And then also too is myself, Niner Sickness, Celts Chronicles, Niner Fanatic podcast,
Peter Lucas, for those that
Yep.
don't know.
and then but we all go on every week and we predict every single game each week, and whoever is the last man standing wins something. I forgot what Beto said, but check us out every week.
I want to do that.
You'll
Sounds
see
fun.
upload. Yeah, I'll let him know, and maybe you could join us next week.
I love freaking picking games.
And
Way better than fantasy
So
football.
do I.
and
Oh my
like
god, I
Beto
missed those
said,
shows. I even told John V that this week. I was like, dude, you gotta just even for like 5 minutes let me on locker room because I just miss being able to do picks live with somebody.
Oh, Pale Time. That's the other guy that's also on with us. And Joey says I'm going 2-14 this week. I don't think so, but
Brandon's going 2-14. That's true.
No. So, but like Beto said, remember to join that playtime.
Brandon probably picked the
You guys
Lions.
don't want to miss the game.
Hey, I had the Lions
on-
winning the North.
Oh,
Just
Right.
sent you a DM, Niner Sickness
Come on,
podcast
man.
on Twitter.
yeah.
Christian,
Lions are
what
going to win
is
the North,
scary
man.
about the North
yeah,
right now?
I got the Lions
They-
upsetting the Eagles, bro. I got
Okay,
the
but
Lions
like,
Packers are still winning.
literally, the Bears are in the biggest rebuild ever. Like,
Okay.
if it wasn't for the Giants,
they
they'd
got
probably
Aaron-
be at the bottom of the league right
They
now.
got Aaron Rodgers drinking ayahuasca, okay? They're going to
Okay,
kick
the-
ass. Don't you
the-
know? He's drinking ayahuasca,
Vikings-
okay?
Danielle Hunter and Darius Smith have both had severe
I'm
injuries.
being
Like,
sarcastic.
they're not a big threat. And I'm sorry, the Packers, You
They
just
still got Aaron
announced
Rodgers.
you just announced today that Alan Lazard is injured. And you're talking of Devin Funchess, who's done nothing, and
Still Aaron
Cobb, who
Rodgers.
can't stay
What's up,
healthy,
Brian?
and Sammy Watkins. Like, they're not
Didn't
even
Devin
trying to work with the
Funchess
new
sign with the
receivers.
Niners once? Practice squad or
So
something?
Aaron Rodgers can throw receivers open. So I mean, it's still Aaron Rodgers.
Mariah fills me.
And I still say that Aaron Rodgers is a joke quarterback that should not
Mariah
be taken
fills me
seriously
for
because
sure.
all he cares about
I'm
is
not
his
a fan of-
INT.
I'm not
rating.
a fan of Aaron
Okay.
Rodgers. I'm just saying. It's still Aaron Rodgers.
All right, y'all.
Aw.
Well,
You can ask the guys. I'm not a fan of Aaron
B,
Rodgers.
I apologize if I ever make you
It's
want to pull
okay.
out your hair, but I'm not going to leave you alone because you're my brother. So
Mariah's like,
Ask
I
Brandon,
definitely
Brandon what my team name was for when I was doing fantasy.
freaking.
What's my team name?
I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it.
It says it's Aaron Rodgers is our
Wanda's.
bitch.
Mhm.
That tells you all you need to know.
Yep. So on that note, go Niners. Hopefully we get the dub this week and go 1-0. And we'll catch you guys on the post game on Sunday
thanks
night.
for everybody coming into the chat tonight. Appreciate you.
Thanks for
next-
having us on.
Yeah, of course. Until
Yeah,
next
thank
time,
you.
Being here, guys.
Go Niners.
Go Niners.
Bye.